Hello, welcome to the doll car. I'm headed back to the doll house. And I was watching a video by Exotical Epiphany. Shout out to all of the Exotical girlies out there creating content when you can. And I was listening to this video, and she's talking about things women do to humble themselves, humbling themselves around others. And she does mention that women of all cultures do this. This isn't just something that Exoticals do. I'm gonna play what she says, and then I'm gonna make my response.
And I feel like women, we all do this subconsciously. Not everyone might be the pick-me girl that says, "Oh my God, I don't wear makeup." Oh, da 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 da. But we will do certain things. We will shift our height when a guy we like walks into the room. We will raise the octave of our voices when a guy we like walks into the room. We will kind of self-humble ourselves so we don't come off conceited by saying, "Oh no, I'm tall, I'm brown-skinned," when you're clearly light-skinned and you're average. You know? It's just a way to like self-humble yourself. And I notice all races of women do this. This isn't just a black woman thing. But it's definitely something that I wanted to call out.
So I'm just gonna kind of address what she said. There was one part in particular that stood out. And it's basically about how, you know, we might not be like pick-me girls who are really trying to get someone's attention by trying to make themselves seem so pious or so average, so, you know, so humble. They humble themselves. But she does say that, you know, it's something that women do sometimes when a guy they like walks into the room. They raise their voices. They raise the octave of their voices. They become more docile. They become, you know, they try to humble themselves. And ladies, I'm going to tell you, don't feel ashamed about doing that. Also, sometimes you have to put yourself in a disguise in order to get the things that you want out of a situation. You have to allow people to express themselves and their desires and listen fully. And that is humility. You don't have to put yourself down necessarily, but you can like try to appeal to a person, yeah, with the baby voice, maybe like with your posture where you are more demure. And it doesn't even have to be with men that you're like this. Because women love to be seduced as well. Not necessarily seduced, but flattered. Basically, they like to be told that they are valuable, that they are smart, that they are wonderful, delightful, and, you know, in comparison to them, you feel like you're on the same level. You don't have to necessarily humble yourself lower than a person, but you can be relatable. And sometimes people will humble themselves to be relatable, and sometimes people will humble themselves to make the other person feel that comfort of a sense of superiority. And there are instances where that is important for a person's survival, especially when it is related to work and money and business. Sometimes you have to play a role where you are giving service and you want to make the other person feel right. The customer's always right, even when they're wrong. In not necessarily, you know, to the detriment of yourself, but the customer, let them be right. Let people, this is how you get things out of life. Don't fight nature when she tells you to pull yourself back. Or if a guy you like does walk into the room where you lighten your voice up, why do you have to sound like me right now? You don't have to sound like the doll right now when you are trying to be seductive. You can lighten it up and be more like flirty. Like, why not? Be yourself, you know, and it's okay to be humble and sit down as a way to just observe the room and strategize on your next moves. Let people think they're winning. And then when you win, you don't have to say anything then either. It's just like, oh, whoops, I won. Well, see ya. You can be as smart as a whip, qualified, and people will still not want to work with you or be your friend. And you know why that is? It's because people really don't remember what you say. They mostly remember how you make them feel. How do you make a person feel when they are in your presence? How do you feel about yourself when you're in their presence? You know, a lot of people have great talking points today about self-centeredness and, you know, how decentering men and centering yourself is a proper ideology. But I challenge that to say, you want to center something greater than yourself. Be it God, be it family, be it country, be it all those things, be it community, be it your work could potentially be that thing as well. You know, if it really feeds you and motivates you to wake up every day, it's a good thing. So I'm saying a lot and I'm rambling, but ladies, listen. Check out Exotical Epiphany's video about humbling and understand that there are times when you are seeking power and you are, you know, jockeying for social status within interactions, it's a wise idea to consider humbling yourself before someone else. It just is what it is. So thank you for joining me in the dog car, ladies, and we will be talking soon.